Let's see.
Yeah.
I'm supposedly live again, but where is it?
I'm also checking on my phone.
It's
Oh
saying.
yeah, it's live.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't even see it.
Yeah, if you refresh. Are we muted for everyone, or can they hear us?
No, we're on.
Okay.
We're not.
Guys, I think we should be back at the moment. Just let us know if we are.
I still don't see us live.
I see
So what?
I see a live stream called Extreme Gaming League live stream at the moment. Yeah, we have 3 viewers again. Guys,
Can
can
you?
you let us know if we are hearable again? And if the stream is working out okay at the moment?
Man, this is
Ah,
a bit of a
Niels.
mess now.
Niels, can you let us know if the stream works fine at the moment?
Very messy. Sorry about this. I'm not sure what's the problem. It's
Okay.
supposedly live all the time, but
Well, somehow the stream got killed, but we are back now. Let's see what we can still make of this. There are still a lot of drivers on their outlap, so they are still looking for a run. Crystals with the 24.6 pole at the moment, but Motocross is doing his outlap and will definitely try to challenge him. Crystals is also improving again out of the first sector.
okay, let's hop on board with him. Sorry about that. I was just trying to see because I still can't see us live for my stream.
Yeah, but I can see it.
Okay.
Pretorius, JQR all say it's fine, so we just have to trust that.
Okay, yeah, I just started sort of recording as well, just to make sure that we actually get it somewhere.
Okay, yeah.
So
Crystals is up a 10th on his time out of sector 2, and he's going to set his pole time even sharper than it was.
could it be a low 24 for him? That's gonna be fantastic if he can actually make that work.
Ooh. Last sector might not be that great. He loses a little bit of time, but he still improves. Motocross is up half a 10th as well out of the first sector. He's his main competitor at the moment, it seems.
Motocross are also the championship leader, looking to extend that.
Yeah, also their Hammer with a good time. He's in P3 at the moment.
Yeah, indeed. So that's actually something I missed there, fiddling with the stream. So Hammer once again with a very strong qualifying performance.
Motocross is up 1.5 tenths, and if he can pull this off, he has pole. He needs a perfect third sector.
Looks good through Stowe. Now just the final 3 corners to go for him. Yeah, gets the nose in nicely there, and then early on power, and a little bit of slippy there, but I wonder if it's gonna be if it's not enough.
No. Terror, by the way, missed the consistent because he was 1,000 down on his time. He improves and goes to 6th place, pushing Wimpy, his teammate, to 7th place. Decent qualifying by him, and I think that was qualifying because I see everyone has finished or has retired or is in the pit. So yeah, there was a hectic end of the qualifying because the stream died for a little bit.
Yeah, but, some weird problem with OBS. Can anybody drop me the link for the stream so I can actually get it open on my other?
I can send it to you.
Yeah, so I'll just see the chat as well.
Yeah, you take us away with the standings here, and I will send it to you.
Yes. And yeah, that's qualifying. So X-Crystal's actually a reserve driver from Tier 4 today, and takes pole with a very good time, 24.6. Motocrosser couldn't quite get that final lap together and is starting second, 24.7 for him. And there, Hammer once again with a very, very good qualifying, 24.9 for him. So nice to see that futuristic right on his heels, just 2/100ths of a second behind him. And then one very, very close again, Groshins or Matthias, whatever we want to call him. And then Terror, Wimpy, Kebab, Ocean Chief, and Flesh River rounding up the top 10 in qualifying today.
Yeah, and now comes the exciting part. Which driver did their homework and has the best rain setup for this race? Going to be very interesting. seeing
Yeah,
how it pours. I think it's
Winters maybe.
intermediate weather. Yeah, I think so as well. But yeah, we don't know if it's going to be drier or more wet. I still see some blue patches of sky, so maybe it will
Yeah,
clear up, maybe it doesn't. Yeah, we will be surprised. Let us surprise, and we are waiting till everyone is loaded in.
indeed. Yeah, the stream is called Extreme Gaming League live stream.
Yeah, we can rename it later. It's not not a
Yeah,
big deal.
I just don't understand what happened there because I didn't.
I
Whatever.
mean, maybe the connection got a little hiccup and it killed the stream, but we are back now,
Yep.
so we should be fine. I will keep an eye if the stream stays running,
Yep.
so you can focus on the camera work.
Yes.
And luckily, I put in the formation lab, guys. Big applause for me.
Yep. This time around, it's on. We had some race where you forgot it, I think, and
Yeah, it was Austria Tier 2 last season.
oh well. Bit of a surprise for everybody there, but today it's on, and onward to the formation lap we go. X Crystals leads the pack, followed by Motocrosser, Hammer, Futuristic, and Crochines, and then Ter and Wimpy teammates in the Mercedes cars in P6 and 7, Kebab 8, also a good qualifying from Kebab, by the way, top 10 from him, and then Ocean Chief Flash River behind him, Mossy Game in P11, Inferno Koi 12th, Bowman, No Threats, and George also P15. He's just something to mention. He's also one of these guys who's jumped from a pad to a wheel, and he's only been on a wheel for like 5 days or something like that. So
yeah,
nice
and
to
he
see
was
him there as well.
He had to serve in the military as well, right?
Yes.
So he didn't make a lot of hours on this game as well. So good job by George.
Yes, and it's good to see him on track as well. Good guy, and
yeah, really likable guy. So good that he is back indeed.
Yeah, just rounding up the formation lap. We're on the back straight, the first cars. There's a bit of a gap to the last cars on the grid, so if the leaders go very quick, they're gonna have to stand still for quite a while and let their tires cool down.
I think it wasn't it didn't impact it anymore on this game.
Is it so? Okay.
Yeah, it was on F1 2019. I also pulled that trick, of course, a couple of times by making the cars in front of me wait a little bit longer on the start-finish line. But on this game, it shouldn't matter anymore. Once you are in your grid slot, that's the temperature you will get.
Yeah, just to mention into the chat that the stream title is wrong indeed. Yes, there was a bit of a hiccup on there, but I will get it fixed later.
Yeah, we will
rename Tier 3
it
SLR.
Exactly. You want to take us away, or should I do it? What do you want?
Maybe you can go for it. It's I'm not good at race starts. So.
Okay, I will spectate Crystal. So if you do as well, we should have the same view.
Yep. Sure.
All right, there we go. 2, 3, 4, and 5 lights are on for the Grand Prix in Silverstone. Who's going to have a good start? Of course, we have a little bit of lag. That's normal by now. So when are they going? They should be going now. And there they go. A lot of wheel spin. I see Crystal's already going sideways a little bit, but it seems he has the first corner. Yes, he has. Motocrosser behind. Slots in P2. And their Hammer defends his position from Futuristic. In the back, I see a lot of shuffling, and Haas car of George is off. He has to rejoin somewhere. Ooh, and there's also a Red Bull spinning off Monday, but definitely he has to pit.
Yeah, otherwise, from the top 10, a pretty clean start, I would say. I didn't really see anything special happen there, but yeah, at the back, some fighting going on. George has damage, Bowman has big damage as well, and I wonder if Darrow 5G has damage as well. No, he doesn't actually, so yeah, some troubles at the back there.
Ooh, Janice overtakes No Threats into Cobb's corner. That's a bold move with this rain. No Threats tries to put it next to him. You can do it with dry. It's already tricky, but in the wet conditions, he bailed out. That's a wise choice.
Yeah, indeed, dangerous there, and Janice Correas gets a really good run through Maggots and Beckett's and is trying to challenge Keyboard Magnussen into Stowe, but I think he's not going to be able to do anything about it on this lap. Nope. So has to stay back. Good start from him anyway, I think.
Yeah, Terror is right at the back of Matthias. And Crystals has a little gap of 5 or 6 tenths. He should be pretty happy with this because intermediate weather means no DRS. So if he has the better pace, he can run away.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, George with damage in the pit, Flash River with damage in the pit. And of course, Bowman, like I said, will also be pitting with damage.
So
and Darrow will spun on start finish, it seemed. Or where is he now? No, it was a different camera angle.
Yeah, so Flash River also getting caught up in some sort of an incident. They're getting a wing change and fresh inter, so that's gonna be a very, very big thing. I've kind of forgot to mention it. We talked about it before the race.
Inferno Koi.
Okay.
There we go.
Yep.
Into Brooklands.
And he's ahead, yeah.
Let's see who has the better run out of Love Field, because if you can place it on the inside out in Cop's corner, you can definitely gain a place. Looks like Inferno Koi is right on his tail.
Yeah.
And he goes on the inside.
Oh my word, this is a bit dangerous to Cop's side by side in the whip.
Oh, he was so lucky. His front left wheel got tapped. And in a worst case scenario, he would have slided to the right into the wall, but...
Yeah, you know how the side butt contacts are in this game, and it was quite lucky for Inferno not to get knocked off there. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Hard fighting from these guys, and yeah, what I was about to mention is that we can see at the back there, the gaps are huge for those guys who had to pit, because the pit lane here is so slow.
Yeah. Mossy Gaming takes the inside of XTXP in Stowe corner, and he has that position.
Ooh, XTXP runs into the back of him a little bit there into final corners, and
they stay really close.
Yeah, no damage for either of them there, but yep, they're a little bit behind of Radios though, 4.5 seconds. So I wonder if there's been some sort of a small incident between them.
Yeah. Meanwhile, at the front, Crystal's motocrosser, the gap stays a little bit like 5 tenths. We have Yellow at the back. Arrow 5G has spun.
Yep, so
shame for him. And Radios with the first 3-second time penalty, I think.
On lap 3, yeah. That's about what you'd expect to see from me. I'm very good with penalties in this game.
Yeah, same.
Oh yeah, that's actually true. I kind of forgot about it. You and WoW as well. So.
Yeah, I didn't practice Canada, so it got out of hand really quickly there. But let's forget about that for a moment, shall we?
Yeah, let's focus on this race and not our penalties.
Jealous is out.
And that's out of. Where is that? It's out of Cops, isn't it? So he's went into the wall there. I wonder if there's been some sort of contact or did he just lose it there?
Yeah.
See Darrow 5G coming through here. Can we see Giannis's car? Yeah, it's there on the outside, and he's just gone into the wall and lost the wheel there. But no safety car, it's just a yellow flag, I think.
Yeah. Motocrosser, fastest lap. The gap stays a little bit around 5 tenths, and they are breaking away from their hammer in P3.
Yeah, Moto seems to be easily hanging on there, but I know how difficult it is to overtake in the rain, because the car in front can easily defend with the overtake button, and we have yellow flag.
What happened there? Wimpy is off.
Oh no. What has happened to Wimpy? Has he spun?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe he got hit. He has no damage. He's in P13 at the moment, and Ocean Chief lost the position there. Maybe got a bad exit as well.
Oh,
and what's happening here?
Darrow
Darrow is
struggling
on the start finish lane. Yeah, struggling with the wheel.
Yep.
No, not a big shame for him. I mean, you have to get used to it, and yeah, rain on Silverstone is really tricky. As I also see Crystals having a little moment out of Cop's corner. It's really easy to get on a wrong angle on a curb and completely spin out. So it's not a shame that he's spinning around a couple of times, because like we said already, he just got a wheel and is adapting to it.
Indeed, and we have...
and also Mosi Gaming spins out of Cop's corner. Yeah, it's like I said, it's a really tricky corner sometimes, and also he spun around.
Yeah, especially don't have quite the grip you would have in the dry here, so
yeah.
even easier to spin out there. And he spins again, I think, yes, in the
Yeah,
middle of tires are just...
overheated tires, yeah.
Yep, and that's not gonna help him out, revving out there. So yeah, Mossy in trouble back there. Flash River is gonna overtake him there, I think, yes.
Yeah.
What else can we pick up there? So Motocrosser still following very closely, and then there's a big battle behind Keyboard Magnussen.
Yeah, and also I see Terror for a few laps now, quite close behind Matthias.
Yeah, but it's just so difficult to overtake. The car in front can just use the overtake button, it's so strong.
Yeah, true.
Unless you get really close and get a really good tow, it's almost impossible to overtake without DRS.
They both have 100% ERS, so I think Terror is also just biding his time for the moment.
Yeah, indeed. And
Get to Kebab behind him is 5 seconds.
Yeah, we don't know the exact tire weather forecast, do we? So it might dry up.
No.
Or it won't. We'll see.
Yeah, we will. It's a surprise for us as well, so we will see what happens further into this race. Of course, we are only 5 laps underway, and already so much stuff has happened.
Yeah, Inferno Co also very close to Keyboard Magnussen, but unable to close enough on that hanger straight there.
Yeah, Wimpy now behind the big boss.
Oh yeah, this is a battle, if I ever saw one. Wimpy versus Ocean Chief.
Yeah.
This is what I've been waiting for.
Yeah, now we can sit back and see how our colleagues are battling each other.
Yeah, and knowing Wimpy, oh, and XTXP retires, but that is in the pit lane, so he's had enough of that. Yeah,
like you said, a couple of cars behind Keyboard Magnussen, and yeah, he's driving on a keyboard, so if his tire wear is a little bit higher, Inferno Core might be looking for a pass relatively soon. He's also burning a lot more ERS there. Ooh, he hit him. Yeah. Does he still has his end plates? He has.
Yeah.
Maybe really slight damage, but that's not what you want to do when you want to overtake a car.
Yeah, he just got such a good tow there, and is that Daro 5G having trouble again at the back there?
Yeah.
I think it is, yeah. But let's go with Infernoco, who is actually gonna try go into cops, but yeah, backs out of that.
Yeah, he has to wait till hanger straight. Thank you, Pretorius, for saying rain is stopping in 5 minutes.
Okay.
He's probably crew chiefing Ocean and Wimpy and got inside information. So we will be running on a dry track further down this race.
I think you could actually go on this, let's say 5 minutes, so that would be something like lap 10, 11. You can definitely go on the softs then.
Yeah, like we saw at the beginning, it says, and also did my team career mode episode here, but that's not relevant. But it was also, you can pull the end plate gone for Inferno Koi. That's a big shame for his race.
Yeah, it's a tricky
to
one.
To finish that sentence, you can easily pull the intermediates 15, 16 laps.
Yep. And you can definitely, let's say, if it dries up on lap 10, 11, 12 or something like that, you can definitely take the softs to the end from there as well. They're quite durable in this game.
Oh, and Futuristic is struggling. Matthias is really closing in on him now. We have a second train of 3 drivers now. P4, 5 and 6.
And Hammer actually hanging on quite well behind these guys. He's only 1.4 seconds away from the leading duo. So that's...
the Hammer, yeah.
That's a bit of a surprise to me to see Hammer doing so well. I mean, not taking anything away from him, of course, but he's been saying that he hasn't really had time to practice and stuff, but maybe this is just a strong track for him as well.
Yeah, but we see Crystal struggling as well at the moment, at least through Maggots and Baggots. Looks like Motocross has a lot more grip levels and is going to charge.
That's the wrong way.
Oh, he got pushed on the grass. That's not really nice from you, Crystals. Luckily, it all works out for both drivers. Well, of course, Motocross didn't get the move in because of that, but at least they can continue their race.
Yeah, it was a bit of a late move from X Crystals, I think, to defend there, but we'll talk about it after the race, I guess. But
from our point of view, it looked a little bit dirty, but yeah, we didn't see the onboards. Luckily, they both can continue. And yeah, like I said, Futuristic also struggling a bit. Matthias and Terror are, yeah, the three of them are within 7/10 of each other, so they are really close.
Yeah, and that battle has brought Hammer right on the back of those leaders, by the way, so just 6/10 or 9/10 now.
And what I want to say, it's interesting to see the amount of ERS drivers used. Crystals has 50%, Motocross has 75%, and Hammer has 40%. So their Hammer is really using a lot more ERS than the guys in front of him. But he is catching up at the moment.
Oi, Motocross are almost losing it out of what's that corner called? I can't remember, so I'm not even gonna try.
Luffield?
Yeah, Luffield, yeah. So, and I saw a yellow flag somewhere, but it's already gone, so probably just somebody going wide a bit. Motocross are once again very close to X Crystals. Gets it a little bit wrong through Maggots and Beckett's there, though.
Yeah.
Probably too far back to do anything about it on this lap.
Motocross again with a much better exit. He also has more ERS, so if he stays doing this, he can drain the battery of Crystals. He takes the inside line here, but Crystals shuts the door shut, so he keeps P1 at the moment. Yeah, what I wanted to say, I was spectating Keyboard Magnussen because the guys behind him are very close as well. I think Keyboard Magnussen can't wait till the rain stops because, yeah, he's on a keyboard, of course, obvious by the username, but I think his tires should be screaming a little bit at the moment. I think he's fine to continue a few more laps, but yeah, the tire wear will start to kick in for him though.
Yeah, Radius and No Threats and Inferno battling really hard behind Keyboard Magnussen there, and they're getting compromised big time. I think all of them have a little bit more pace on Keyboard at the moment, but it's difficult to overtake.
Yeah, and the difference between ERS levels between Crystals and Motocross is keep increasing. Motocross with a full battery, Crystals is on 70% at the moment. Doesn't use his overtake button here. Motocrosser does for a little bit, maybe to get back into the slipstream. I have to see who has the better exit again. I will go on board with Crystals to see how he navigates through Maggots and Beckett's.
Yeah, Moto Dirty Air is giving him some trouble through there. I think he's too far back on this lap.
Yeah, this lap he's too far back.
Yeah, definitely closing in with that toe, but not enough for Moto.
Yeah, there should be more overtakes later in this race when there will be a little bit of gaps and DRS will be enabled. But at least there is still a lot of action. We also have Infernocore and Radios quite close to each other. Radios looks to the inside, but Infernocore can fend that off pretty well. Motocross with the fastest lap.
Right on the back of Crystals there through turn 1.
Wimpy got a 3-second time penalty, still behind Ocean Chief.
Yeah,
of course, he isn't happy with how this race went in the first 10 laps, but he still has to keep his calm. There's still 16 laps left. And,
yeah, you never know what happens at the end there. So we had a safety car yesterday, I think, in the Tier 4 race.
Exactly, a safety car can shake everything up.
Moto just 4/10 behind Crystals again. But so difficult to find that. You basically need the guy in front to make a mistake for you to get close enough.
Yeah. The rain is still falling down at the moment. It's very lightly, but I think we still need 6 laps till we start to think about dry tires maybe.
Yeah, Pretorius in chat saying that Jeff is now saying 5 to 10 minutes of rain, so it's probably gonna take a little while still.
Jeff being bipolar again.
Indeed, Mossy game in 3 seconds.
Oh, Motocross are really close now again to the back of Crystals. He's going to try again, I think.
That's a bit of a weave there up front.
just a little bit too far gone.
Yeah, just can't get there. And Hammer is kind of enjoying this, I bet, behind them. He's just enjoying life there.
I mean, he of course hopes that both of them get time penalties by fighting each other a bit, while he stays relaxed a second behind them.
And they're just dropping everybody behind them. There's a 4-second gap to Futuristic, and then behind Terror also a 5-second gap to Kebab. So
yeah, and Kebab has 6 seconds again to. Kebab is really driving in nowhere land.
Yeah, but quite well, I would say. I mean, Kebab has been he struggled for the last few races, I think, but seems to have genuine pace here at Silverstone.
He's doing a good job here. And speaking of no man's land, unfortunately, the guys that had damage in lap 1, Flash River 24.5 seconds behind Wimpy, Mosi Gaming 19 seconds behind that. We have George, who just come out of Cop's corner. Bowman is 4 seconds behind him. Those guys and Daryl 5G, those guys all drive a very lonely race at the moment, which is a shame for them, but maybe with a safety car they can come back into play later.
Moto just once again trying to hang on to crystals here. If he deploys here, he can get really close before Maggots and Beckett's here, but needs to get a really good run through here.
Yeah. If he doesn't get too much dirt, oh, there's a back marker in front of them.
Pretty close now.
Luckily for Motocrosser, no DRS, so Crystals doesn't get DRS either.
I think it's actually stopped raining, by the way, Jensen. Now if you look at the visor, it's track is still wet, but it's not raining anymore.
Definitely. So maybe with 5 or 6 laps we can see a dry track. We can see some soft tires at the end of this race.
Yeah, and I think neither of these guys has a penalty at the front of the field.
Radius and Inferno Core side by side. Wimpy overtook no threat. Just missed that.
Has Ocean Chief had a problem, or Wimpy's just made some moves here?
Kebab is pitting. Is it already that time? I don't think so, because I see a lot of spray still from the tires, but
and there's no DRS disabled yet.
They are gambling to medium tires. That's really interesting. And I think it's 2 or 3 laps early.
Yeah, I think so too. You would definitely want to wait for that DRS enabled sign for before pitting, especially for mediums. You could have gone on the softs here, I think. And,
this might hurt those guys. Look, like I said earlier in the race, from Keyboard Magnussen, I can understand. He has more tire wear. He has to go to another tire, and he's not going to two-stop on the longest pit lane on the calendar. Meanwhile, we lose someone out of left field.
Darrow.
It's Alpha. It's Darrow 5G again. Yeah, tire wear, drying track doesn't make it easier.
Yeah, Kebab really just trying to get. He's losing so much time, so it's definitely too wet.
It's time to get to the leaders again.
Yep.
Motocrosser maybe with a new attempt. He's just a little bit too far down.
I think they're gonna go for another lap, or
yeah, definitely. I think lap 14, 15 maybe.
Yellow flag in sector 2, but that's nothing that I can see.
Yeah, those guys really pitted too early. I will check their lap times in a bit.
And did they really lose so much time behind their Inferno?
No threats on Wimpy, on Ocean Chief, sorry. Ooh. On the inside. Ocean Chief is looking around the outside.
Yeah, no threats going to the pits, I think.
Only going to the pit. Oh, that put Ocean Chief off, who's defending the inside for the next corner.
And Inferno into the pits as well.
We have more drivers, or their tire wear is that bad that they have to go to mediums early.
Motocrosser once again gonna try and X Crystals here into I should know this corner names.
Brookman.
Yeah, but unable to make it still. And we have a yellow flag in every sector. Who is that who has spun off there? Is that Mossy Gaming? Yeah,
I think that the drivers that go to mediums right now know they are on a slower tire, but I don't think they are even gambling. I think their tire wear is just a little bit too worse. And they had to choose between new inters, which you aren't going to take if it's going to dry out in 5 laps, or mediums.
Yeah, that's true. And still see a little bit of spray coming off the tires from the ground. So
it's definitely 2 more laps at least, but that's good news for drivers like Wimpy. Yeah, that's in the.
Oh no! Kebab has spun out of the turn 3 there. So and he has damage as well. So that's a disaster for Kebab.
That's basically race over for him. At least no points.
X Crystals goes into the pits.
Yeah, maybe also has worse tire wear, but Motocrosser is continuing another lap, and this might be the one lap he needs. If DRS gets enabled at the end of this lap, he will finally have the leading position he's waiting for
Everybody
so
going
long.
on mediums. I'm very surprised to see that. I would have expected softs.
Yes, I think you can extend softs for 12 laps. It will be a little bit edgy, I think, but definitely possible. But I think motocross is going to softs in 1 or 2 laps. I think the mediums are still good enough.
Masi came in on softs at the back of the field there, so he's the only guy who's actually gone on the softs, and some idiot also saying in chat that surely the wear isn't that high. Yeah, and there we go.
So this might be good timing by Crystal still, by going into the pit. Lap 14 in this then.
Yeah.
Because motocross still has a lot of corners to go. But I have a feeling motocross is going to go to soft tires.
Safety car.
Inferno car is out.
Isn't that's a disaster for X Crystals in a safety car?
Yeah.
And who is that Inferno Koi?
Motocross has, and their hammer as well, who is 5 seconds down though. Motocross has such a big advantage because this is the longest pit game in the game, 30 seconds or something. And now everyone has to drive slowly on a delta, so he gains so much time in this pit lane.
And X Crystals is gonna be behind, like at least the top 5 here.
I mean, Motocrosser will be P1 maybe still, because I think he will be out of the pit lane before Crystals, and everyone behind him is pitting as well. So Motocrosser probably going to the soft tire, of course, even especially with another 1 or 2 laps of safety car. Those soft tires easily make it. So Motocrosser in the hot seat to win this race, because Crystals has the medium and the slower tire.
And Crystals coming to Stowe corner just now, and Motocrosser has already made his pit stop, I think.
He took mediums, which I don't understand, and the hammer took softs.
Yeah, that is weird. I would have definitely really gone for softs myself.
Exactly, this is a really weird choice.
I mean, there isn't a huge gap between the tires there on the Delta, but
no, and soft tires easily take it 11 laps. But easily, and they also have 2 more laps behind the safety car, so it's basically 9 laps on the softs. And the hammer, Futuristic, and Terror all went on the softs, of course. Flash River, 5-second time penalty, speeding in the pit lane. It's not gonna help his end position.
So X Crystals after the pit stops is down in P4, so he lost 3 positions there.
Yeah.
And he's gonna have to fight Futuristic and Hammer on those soft tires ahead of him.
Yeah, exactly, and some idiot Cody says as well, soft is the way to go. Exactly, yeah. I'm a bit confused why people even pick the mediums.
Yeah, but, and especially because it's only like 9-10 laps to go after the safety car, so...
Exactly, you should easily make that one.
Yeah, and the softs don't really fall off either. They're quite durable on this track, so...
Yeah, Cody says only reason to do it is for better temps, but...
yeah.
I mean, you can easily control those. You have a second of advantage over the medium runners. So even if you let 3 or 4 tenths slide to keep the tire temperatures under control, you still will break away a lot from the medium runners. And of course, it's cloudy. Maybe that's also playing a factor that the tires won't overheat that quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's see what happens. Terror might also get a podium if he manages to overtake both medium. He's not going to overtake both medium runners.
Jensen, can you have a look at the penalty situation for the top 5 or so?
Yeah, I will do that. We have another lap to go. So Motocrosser is on 1 penalty and has picked up another warning. Their Hammer only has 1 warning. Definitely one to look out for, especially since he is on soft tires. Crystals has a 5-second Crystals pits.
And gets a penalty as well.
Yeah, he just picked up a 5-second time penalty. When I was reading it.
Why would he do that? He's gonna drop behind everybody here.
Exactly, and that for soft tires, that's not worth it. So I don't understand.
So one guy who this has worked out for is Wimpy, who is up to P7 again.
Yeah, he's back where he basically was. So. Wimpy, by the way, on 1 penalty. Radios has 2 penalties. Matthias has 2 warnings. Terror has 2 warnings. Futuristic has 2 warnings. The Hammer has 1 warning and Motocrosser has a penalty and a warning.
Yeah, I think Crystals had damage there, but he's gone for another set of mediums.
And oh yeah, that's the old race control message I'm getting. Yeah, I don't understand.
It's very confused right now. So X Crystals is down behind Ocean Chief now in P11, so that's gonna be difficult for him.
I'm wanting to bet if he won't get points.
Yeah, it's gonna be tricky for him, especially with that penalty.
And he has 2 soft runners behind him, and he has that 5-second time penalty. But yeah, safety car should be coming in this lap. We have 3 more stragglers down the field who are closing in right now. Oh, 4 more. There's also a Haas driver really far behind. That's George at the moment.
Yeah, I think George is the only car of those who is not lapped. That's why he's behind there.
Yeah, but he needs to be at the back of this grid before the safety car comes in. And this is all in the advantage of the soft runners, of course. I mean, they already easily make it to the end. Another lap behind the safety car makes things even more easy for them.
Yeah, so I'm just getting confirmation in chat why X Crystals actually pitted is that damage, of course, and that is of course a valid reason to pit, but I just don't understand why he didn't go for those softs there.
Yeah.
It's gonna be only like 9 or 8 laps here. Are we still gonna go for another lap?
Yeah, because if you look at the mini-map, you see that George still hasn't closed up. He will do that in the next lap. And then the safety car will come in.
Yeah, so,
do you know a few good jokes, Icewind, to kill the next 3 minutes?
I'm absolutely horrible at telling jokes. Can't think of anything now that you mention it, but...
Me neither, that's why I asked you.
We should drag Ocean Chief into the channel while he's driving.
I mean, Ocean is too busy with keeping his legacy of P10s at the moment. But I have a feeling he is still going to,
I didn't
to finish higher than that. Yeah, I just saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 2 more minutes to go and it's basically an 8-lap sprint race till the end. Just like we like it, 5 laps with DRS. Should see a lot of action and battles because everyone knows it's now or never in the last few laps. So should be an entertaining end of the race, which is also fun.
Motocrosser is gonna be under pressure here from these soft runners behind him, and I guess we're gonna see if he actually has what is his real pace now, because he was basically stuck behind X Crystals there for the first half of the race.
Yeah, then he's saying watch out for lap cars trying to unlap themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see how that goes. Also, the medium runners, of course, have a lot more trouble to get their tires in the right temperature window.
Just one guy, by the way, to mention, we saw him had trouble early on in the race, and he was like 30-40 seconds down the field. Flesh River is back up to P9 somehow.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, in the top 5, most people are on 2 warnings. The Futuristic Terror and Matthias. The Hammer has 1 warning and is in the hot seat to win this race at the moment. He's leading the charge for the soft runners. Safety car in. Motocross already has a penalty, so he really has to do something if he wants to stay on the podium. Yeah, let's watch this restart with Motocrosser. He's the one leading this restart.
And let's see how he can make those mediums work. He has to be really on it right away. He's packing up the field there.
Yeah, you follow the top runners. I will watch P7 or something.
And there we go. I think Motocrosser is gone for it. Yep, he's gone for it and caught the other guys maybe napping a tiny bit. 6/10 to Hammer, so he should be safe for a little while. And he's already a second clear, actually. He gets a brilliant start there. And we have yellow flag, but that's actually nothing, I think.
Nah, it's nothing.
Yeah, so Motocrosser already a second clear. Hammer got a terrible start there. Futuristic is putting pressure on him with Terror. But yeah, and Hammer is really struggling here. He's dropped 2 seconds from Motocrosser already.
Ooh, that's really bad.
And this works wonders for Motocrosser, of course.
He needs 3 seconds.
He's almost got it already, too, at 2.2. But of course,
I have a feeling the Hammer will recover from this, but yeah, let's wait and see.
Yeah,
Crystals
Hammer.
even dropped a place to P12, by the way, so his race is falling apart.
Yeah, I think those mediums might not have been the best.
Nah, definitely not.
Best call from him today. So yeah, and there's some lapped cars in the traffic there, and that's gonna cause some havoc there. Terror right on the back of Futuristic, just a tenth off, but yeah, through Maggots and Beckett's, nothing to be done there.
Matthias gets a 3-second time penalty. That's gonna hurt his race. He's on the mediums as well.
Terror is gonna go for Futuristic here on the hangar straight. He's deploying everything from his battery, and he's gonna make this move into P3, I think. On the inside, but maybe not actually. Futuristic defense on the outside gets a penalty while doing that, and Terror has to yield.
He went over the line, so he managed to defend the position, but to much worse cause by doing so.
Yeah, and that's allowed Hammer also to get free of them, 1.3 seconds.
Yeah, Hammer only has one thing to do. Maybe his tires weren't completely heated properly.
Matthias behind Terror, getting it a little bit loose out of turn 2 there.
Yeah, Terror definitely wants that podium, and he is gonna have DRS.
Yes, next
in
lap.
the next lap. Futuristic is out of DRS, so we have to watch Terror in a lap. Crystals overtakes Ocean Chief on the inside of Brooklands, shoves Ocean a little bit on the curbs, but nothing too much there. So good overtake by him. He's in P11 at the moment. The Hammer gets a time penalty. That's huge for this race. Motocrosser has this in the back if he keeps this pace up.
Yeah, and Hammer has managed to get back to rhythm now after that sloppy start from him, but he's got that penalty to contend with now.
Yeah. Terror used a lot of ERS this lap. Wants to get past as quickly as possible. He can smell
and gets penalty as well.
Yeah.
Just wide there in Stowe.
Situation of Futuristic. He's still. He also has a penalty.
Oh, so everybody has a penalty now.
Yeah, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, the top 5 all have a penalty, so that's pretty easy for us. It's track position at the moment. The Hammer with the fastest lap and DRS is enabled, and we have to watch Terror definitely.
Yep. Yeah, let's see if he can make it hill roll ready on the first chance. Gotta get DRS here on this first DRS straight, and he's gonna deploy and go for it. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, he doesn't want to wait. I thought maybe Terror is smart and does it on the hangar straight, but he does it here. Good overtake by him, cleanly passed. The next one we have to watch with maybe an overtake is Wimpy behind the radio. So he was on the brink of losing DRS, but he is in it again.
Yeah.
So I think Wimpy can't overtake at the moment, stuck in the DRS train.
Crystals, I think, on Keyboard Magnus and maybe on the next DRS straight as well.
Definitely, good call. I will watch Futuristic.
Yep. I'm on board with Futuristic as well, because he's gonna get DRS here, and he's probably gonna get this back from Terror.
He has a really good exit, so he should be able to re-overtake here.
Not deploying though.
Nah, he doesn't get enough. Terror used a lot of ERS to defend that. He's only on 20%, while Futuristic is on 60%.
And Crystal's also unable to make that move on keyboard there, so
and
as easy as I thought.
Hammer clocking in fastest lap time after another, and maybe, like I said, maybe he didn't heat his tires properly at the restart.
Could be,
but now those tires are warm, and the track is still getting faster because Ocean Chief sets the fast lap time.
1:27.3 from Ocean.
But the gap is closing between Motocross and the Hammer, and if he gets into DRS in 2 laps time, we might have a fight for the win in the last couple of laps.
Yeah, Futuristic again, DRS open behind Terror, but he's choosing not to deploy, so he's not gonna make anything on this lap at least. Crystal's really close to keyboard, but I think he's too far back. Yeah.
By the way, if people are watching who are new to the channel, you would help us a lot by subscribing or liking the stream.
Yes.
Thank you all for watching up to this point, and we will have a bombshell of an end, I think, because the Hammer is almost into DRS at the moment.
Yeah, Hammer's used all of his battery to get there though. So he's who has retired? Is that Bowman? He has crashed out.
It is. He retired in the pit lane.
Safety car! Whoa.
Oh no.
That's a bit unnecessary, I would say, but because now we're gonna have like 2 laps of racing at the end or something. Oh
Yeah,
no.
and no DRS.
Yeah, so, but that's gonna pack up the field once again. And I wonder if some of these medium runners are actually gonna pit for softs now. Like George at least should do that.
Yeah.
And maybe X Crystals as well. Well, I don't know. George is gonna do that actually, yeah. And who is that in the pit lane ahead of him? Is that Mossy Gaming? But yeah, he's a lap down, so. And George gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Ay. But yeah, we have another safety car, so what about those jokes?
Yeah, I haven't googled for them yet.
Yeah, so
I mean, basically, this late safety car is a joke.
Yeah, it's a bit of a joke, definitely, because we're gonna have like what 2 or 3 laps of racing after this.
Yeah, and he retired in the pit. So once again, I already hate the safety car most of the times because it punishes the people at the front. Of course, it's entertaining for the neutral viewer.
I think there's some sort of a rule that it can't come out if it's the last 3 laps of the race or something like that. But we have 5 laps to let go here, so
yeah,
that's
two sprint laps without DRS, like you said. Maybe 3, because the field was still pretty close together.
Danny pointing out in chat that he did actually crash there, so it wasn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was.
Oh, it was in cops. I thought I saw a driver retry in the pit lane. Okay, my bad then. Maybe I should go to Specsavers.
Tilde saying in chat that it should rain now. Yeah, that would have been something interesting here at the end.
Yeah, or a blizzard or a snowstorm.
Yeah, a thunderstorm or whatever.
But what I wanted to say, I think we have one last lap with DRS, because I think the safety car will go in at the end of lap 23, which means 24, 25, 26, 1 lap of DRS. And is that enough for their hammer? Because Mosey Gaming knows George is almost closed up. He's definitely closed up at sector 1 in the next lap. So I think we have DRS in the last lap.
Yeah. And Hammer needs to warm up his tires now. He had a big problem with that last time.
Yeah.
This of course works even more in the favor of the soft runners, who definitely have the big tire delta on the medium guys now.
Yeah.
Because most of these laps have actually been under a safety car on these tires.
Yeah, George has closed up, so safety car in this lap, I'm quite sure of it.
Yes, definitely. George is right in the back and everybody is in this train. There's a couple of lapped cars behind George, but in the middle of the train there. But yeah, everybody is here, so we should see the safety car dive in at the end of this lap.
Yeah, and are the softs still faster than the mediums at this point? I
think they should be at least.
A little bit, but not that big.
Yeah, you could be right that it's probably not that big of a difference now.
Yeah, maybe 2 or 3 tenths, but not the 7, 8 tenths it might have been.
Yeah.
So let's see if the hammer can stay on the back of Motocrosser and can get past in the last lap with DRS. That would be something special if he can manage to pull that off.
Yeah.
But then he has to heat his tires properly this time.
Yep,
if that was the case last time around.
We
also have Terror lurking behind them, of course. I think Terror on raw pace just falls a little bit short of the first 2 drivers, but who knows? Maybe if they start battling early, Terror can swoop around and pick up the places.
Yeah, and we have safety car in this lap.
Restart, yeah.
So, Motocrosser once again packing the field up. He chose to go right before the final chicane the last time, and let's see when he chooses to go this time around.
He's gonna wait again. He can bolt off at any moment. I think he will take a wide line here. Yeah, there he goes. He's already on the way. Smart move again.
Now. Yep. Oh, gets it a little bit squeezy out of there, but yeah. Just
again
kept it a
eight
good
and a
start
half
again.
Yeah. Terror under pressure of Futuristic straight away.
Gets a good toe from Hammer though, so Futuristic, I wonder if he's gonna try and send it here. No, he has to stay back, and some kind of battling at the back there. No threats is around in the Ferrari.
Was on the inside of Wimpy, didn't see early enough what happened there, but...
Yeah, I think they, just the usual side punt contact you tend to see, and Motocrosser is a second clear already.
Yeah, and this could be a chaotic end, because everyone knows if they want to gain a place again, they only have 2.5 laps more to do so.
And we are gonna have DRS on the final lap, aren't we, as you said? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, last lap is DRS.
Yeah, so Hammer has to once again deploy quite a bit to try and hang on to Motocrosser here. Terror behind them, Futuristic also following there, and Matthias is 1.1 seconds of Futuristic now. So he's on those mediums in between there.
Hammer with the fastest second sector time. Those softs are still working.
Yeah, once again deploying absolutely everything, but so is Motocrosser. They're both quite low on battery. Hammer actually runs out of ERS for this lap already there.
That's why he was fast in sector 2.
Yeah, he's deployed a lot there.
Yeah, Terror also knows what needs to happen. He burned a lot of ERS to get Futuristic out of his DRS.
Yeah. Futuristic still just about hanging in there. Or is about to fall off, I think. So Terror is interested in that P2 for the final lap here, because Motocrosser seems to be able to break the DRS now, 1.4 seconds.
I'm gonna check penalties again just to be sure.
Yeah, I think they're on equal penalties, if I'm right, but
yeah, it was the case, and it is still the case.
Flash River making a move on Keyboard Magnussen into and just getting shoved around the outside, and I think he might be, he's not going to be able to make it on this lap at least.
Yeah.
Hart's a very, very hard driver to overtake.
Yeah, he always puts up a fight, which I can always respect from a driver.
Yeah, Terror on the back of Hammer here. And Hammer completely out of battery, by the way. Terror has some battery here, so he should be able to mount a challenge on the final lap with DRS on Hammer. For P2.
Hammer could be in big trouble if he doesn't get the DRS in the last lap.
Yeah, and he's just outside of it, 1/10 of DRS over Motocrosser.
And he has so little ERS compared to Terror, who has 55%.
Yeah,
the Hammer is only on 20%.
DRS enabled on this lap, so Terror following Hammer closely here.
It's safe to say that Motocrosser will win this race if he doesn't screw this last lap up.
Yeah.
But will Terror get P2? That's the question at the moment.
Might be just too far back on this straight here. He's probably gonna save it on the back straight.
Yeah, but
Hammer out of.
Look at Hammer, 6%. He used a lot of ERS on the Wellington straight.
Yeah, Terror's struggling a little bit maybe to follow closely.
Yeah.
To Hammer. So if Hammer can keep this distance, he might be safe here. But let's see, he's actually might be in DRS range of Motocrosser here, and that might be his lifeline for this race.
Yeah, that's a real big lifeline for him.
Yeah, Terror deploying some there, trying to get as close to Hammer as possible for the hangar straight here. Final DRS chance. We're on the final lap of the race as well, and
he goes wide. It's still a chance, maybe.
Terror is gonna dump absolutely everything he has in the battery here.
ERS. He's out of ERS there, Hammer. He has to throw it around the outside there, Terror.
Can he make it stick as well? He does.
Great overtake by Terror on the outside, and he's gonna take second place here.
Yes, if it just doesn't make a mistake here, and Terror is got a brilliant move from him up to P2 on the final lap there, and he does take that P2 as well.
Yeah, really good job by Mr. Harrison.
And Keyboard Magnussen jumps up to P5 with penalties.
Oh, really good from him. Wimpy P7.
Ocean Chief P10.
He does it to bully us, I think. He does it on purpose. He knows we are streaming.
He's just trying to beat me because I told him I have more P10s than him this season.
Great overtake by Terror.
Yes, definitely.
we both know how fast he is on a wheel. Really good drive, and he got that P2 totally deserved, and on experience and racecraft, throwing it around the outside there. Yeah, it was a really beautiful move.
Yeah, beautifully executed for motocrosser as well.
Yeah,
against those soft runners, and that just enough, doing just enough to keep that.
Definitely, I think a beautiful podium.
Yeah.
With good drivers
and,
on the podium, they totally deserved it. All three of them.
And Hammer, at least, is definitely a surprise for me, being up there on the podium. And do we have some thoughts for driver of the day here? Keyboard Magnussen from P20 to P5.
And the only one without a penalty, so that's already made my decision, to be honest.
Yeah, you're definitely right there, and I'm gonna have to agree.
Yeah, he's my driver of the day for sure.
Yes, so Keyboard Magnussen making a brilliant comeback from P20 to all the way up to P5, and I think, is he the only driver to not get a penalty today?
Yeah, I already checked.
Yeah, so absolutely brilliant drive from Keyboard there. And maybe Terror, Hammer as honorable mentions today.
Exactly, yeah, for sure. Terror and Hammer, motocross as well. They all, like I said, the podium drove a really good race. But yeah, Keyboard Magnussen is our driver of the day for this one.
Yeah, and Wimpy also scoring his first points in his first Tier 3 race.
Hey, let's keep that up.
Yeah, Wimpy moving from Tier 2 to Tier 3, and yeah, he should be pretty happy with that result, considering he was quite far after that incident early in the race, but those safety cars brought him back. So.
Like Danny says, Radios gets a shout too, P90 to P8. Also good job. People also benefit from the safety car sometimes, but you have to be there to profit from those situations. Yes. And like we saw, a few drivers made better choices with the safety cars than others, so they definitely deserve the honorable mentions they got from us. And yeah, we might be looking for some interviews.
Yeah, and just to mention, Ocean Chief rounding up the 10th last point scoring position there in P10.
Yeah, he just does it to get driver of the day.
Yeah, could be. Okay, so I've already thrown in the interview graphics on the board, and
okay.
Yeah, let's see.
Well, we have to
talk to maybe Hammer and or should we bring in Terra maybe with that?
Yeah, let's sneak Terra in first, and then Hammer and Futuristic. Shall I? Okay.
Yep.
There he is.
Got it. So, Mr. Terra Incognita, welcome to the commentary booth with me and Jensen. And
thank you, guys.
What an overtake from you there on the final lap.
Yeah, that was oh man, I don't know. That was one of those moments that I knew it was at that point, or it was never. I got close enough, I think, in the first DRS straight that I managed to burn a lot of his battery there. And I knew I wasn't close enough for the overtake, so I didn't use my battery then. And I think he was, I don't know whether he was on 2 warnings or something. He was really conservative in cops. And I gained a lot of time through cops, like something like 3/10, I think.
He was
because
also
I completely
out of battery there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, but could be the case that he had 2 more warnings already. I just said what the situation was at that point. And I think you might be right with that one, because I saw at least 1 warning after his penalty, so could have been 2.
Yeah, I was still only on 1, so I was happy to yeet cops. So I did, and then I got the complex right somehow. I don't quite know how. I seem to get it wrong at least half of the time on the pad. Yeah. He made a small mistake. He took the Vettel line, I think, out of Beckett's. Running a little bit wide. So yeah, I got him. That was fantastic. Sort of around the outside. Credit to him, obviously, for giving me racing room there. It was good racing.
It was an awesome overtake.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those where the first stint was just sort of chilling, really. I was trying to force a mistake from either Matthias or Futuristic, who were ahead of me, but there was no chance of that. They drove really well. And then it was a question of the safety cars. I was just hanging in there, trying not to get penalties. I got 3 seconds, unfortunately. But that's as far as my pace goes, I don't think I was anywhere near second in terms of pace overall. I think I was sort of somewhere around where I qualified, sort of 6th or 7th. So getting second is a really good result. I'm really happy.
Yeah, you should be. We were really enthusiastic when you went for it. I saw Nebu going off of their hammer, going wide a little bit, like you said, and like you said already, he was at 3% ERS. So I was like, he's going to run out of ERS on the straight, and you pulled the move around the outside. I know how hard that is. I did the same to WoW in the EGL tournament, and I said on the commentary right before that moment, he has to throw it around the outside as hard as he can. And then he has a chance. And you did exactly that. Of course, you are also a really fast driver in general and experienced one. So good to see you still have it in you, even though you are on the pad at this point.
Yeah, thanks, man. It's like I said, the move around the outside. I mean, I've done it a few times there, and it's one of the easier corners to go around the outside because it is quite a long corner. So you can really sort of use you can carry the speed through. Whereas if you're on the inside, obviously, and with the track limit being so tight on the exit as well, if you're on the inside, I think you have to scrub quite a lot more speed off. So I think it's it's certainly doable around the outside, and I just absolutely sent it.
Yeah, nice.
So I'm just really, really happy. I think that's I think second is my best result because I came third in France, and second's my best. Congratulations, obviously, to Motocrosser, who again drove fantastically. I seem to say that every week. And good stuff from Hammer and Futuristic and Matthias on the racing. It was good fun.
Okay, next week we have Hungary, I think, right?
I think so.
So you got P3 in France, P2 here, so Hungary you win. Pretty easy. Pad track as well in the past.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I like Hungary. It's a track I think that suits me. It certainly suits me on the wheel. I don't know about on the pad because I think it's one of those where the tires tend to overheat, and that's an issue on the pad.
Yeah. True.
But I like the track. I really like driving it. So I think it'll be fun. Looking forward to it.
All right. Ice, you got something to say?
No, there was all of that. So changing conditions. Safety cars and all of that. And, you managed to navigate all of that.
Every single race, it seems. Yeah. I mean,
it's annoying sometimes.
It really is. It's like,
especially
how many wet races have there been in the last 2 or 3 seasons in F1? Like it's there's like 1 or 2 a season, but it seems to be every single race in F1 2020. It's kind of annoying.
Tara, make sure Timo puts the lobby on clear Saturday.
Will do.
All right, thank you for the interview.
All right, thanks guys for the stream.
I will drag you back.
All right.
Let's talk to another experienced guy, Hammer maybe, or Podium. I'll bring him in. So.
Yeah.
Hello, Mr. Hammer, joining us live on EGL. Myself, Icewind, and Jensen here in the commentary booth. Brilliant podium drive from you today. What did you think of that yourself?
Yeah, I was a bit surprised already in qualifying because I didn't have much practice. Actually, work was hell, so I was really not looking forward to it, but it went surprisingly well. And then, I knew the race was rain, so I was really not so confident the first few laps, but after a while I got into a groove and I could keep up with the first 2, like a second behind, but no, I wasn't losing more. And then the first safety car came at like the perfect moment for me, a motocrosser.
Yeah.
I was actually surprised he went on mediums.
Yeah, we were too.
So I was thinking, there's a chance, but that actually cost me at the restart because I was too eager and I lost grip and I was immediately 2 seconds behind. And then I heard, I was checking if he had penalties, and I heard he had a 3-second penalty and I only had 1 warning. But then I got too eager again and got 2 warnings in 1 lap.
Okay.
And that's when I threw away my race win, basically, because I only had to keep up, and I was just a bit too eager. And then I was also not happy with the with the final safety car, because I knew Terror was slightly faster than me, but he was like 2.5 seconds behind. So I was okay, I can just keep P2. But then after the restart, I was already pretty sure I couldn't keep him behind. So I was trying to get within Motocross's DRS. But that cost me all my ERS, and then I had a bad exit final lap, and P3 it is. But I'm still happy. I mean, considering the amount of effort I put in, it's a miracle.
Yeah, and there was still a nice fight, at least in the end, with, of course, the beautiful overtake by Terra around the outside. And
to be honest, my rears were already starting to go, because I was already slipping up in the exit of the last S's, and I knew I didn't have much rear grip.
Yeah.
So when I dived in the final corner, I was like, no, I'm not gonna risk it. I'll try
exactly.
back off.
Yeah. So like you also said, Terra was right at that point. He already thought you were on 2 more warnings because he gained 3/10 on you out of Cop's corner.
No, that's also where it's like the rear grip. I didn't want to like fully risk it in the faster corners because I was really struggling in the final lap.
What was your tire wear then for the rears in the
I didn't check, but it must be somewhere around 50%, which shouldn't be really bad, but it didn't feel...
Probably just temps, I think.
Just the temps,
I think it's because I put more front wing because of the rainy start, and I forgot to change it in the final pit stop, so it was a bit oversteery on the softs, which is also how I got the 2 extra warnings. Because it's when I turned in, it turned in more than I expected. If that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I'm really happy with the result, of course. I mean, I kept up with motocross on nearly the entire race. I've not been able to do that much, so...
And a strong quali once again from you. That's like a bit of a thing from you now. You did it last week as well.
So. Yeah, France as well, so I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah, you're becoming a good hot lapper.
Yeah, who knew working hard is a good preparation for racing? I have no clue. Oh well.
All right.
Well, so... good job, at least.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
And see you next week.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, Hammer, for the interview. We're gonna drag you back in the other channel. And then we have and then we have, I guess, Futuristic, and maybe after that we can talk to the Red Bull boys, but let's get Futuristic in first. So Futuristic, hello, you are joining us live on EGL with myself, Icewood, and Jensen. P4 for you today, you qualified in P4 as well, so what did you think about the race? Is he here?
I'm here, don't worry. I think it was a pretty decent race, at least in the opening stints. I got the drag help that I wanted for a few races now from Deerhammer, but when the top 3 just went away, it was like just covering my position from Grosjeans and Terror on the Inters, and then the safety car came pretty good for at least for the top 5, because my teammate pitted 1 lap earlier and got struck by that one. So I was actually pretty surprised that he boxed again when everyone had caught up to the safety car, because I think he was on a pretty good pace compared, even though he was on the mediums. I still think he would might have got taken the challenge for a potential podium, but yeah, then it was just it was a pretty solid race.
Yeah. And I think you've had some P4s before this season, haven't you? So that's what I'm thinking like that. Maybe I'm wrong, but yeah. Anyway. I kind of forgot. I was about to ask something, but I'm a terrible interviewer. Sorry, I should write down this stuff. Yeah. So next week, Hungary. What what are your thoughts about that one?
It's like Monaco without walls in the second sector. So
Yeah.
depending on what setup, if you want to be fast on a straight line so you can easily defend, or you want to have, it's like a gamble if you goes with low wing setups.
Yeah.
But if you can keep up in the corners, it's pretty good. It's pretty good to have low wings, but I think higher downforce is the way to go. But
Yeah,
I
well,
think
it's always a bit of a compromise there, I guess.
yeah, exactly. And I think the one who can stay away from the white curbs in turn 3 and turn 7, I think,
Yeah,
will probably win the race.
indeed. So we'll look forward to see you there next week. Yeah, Jensen, do you have anything else in mind?
Yeah, regarding next race, what do you think of Hungary? Is it
We
one of
just
your
did
better-
that question.
So, sorry, I just
We're
got
being
distracted a little bit.
Yeah, it's
My
okay.
bad.
It's okay. So yeah, I guess we're thanks Futuristic for the very confusing interview. And sorry for
No problem, man.
we're
We will
just
do a better
two
one
old
next
men
week.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See you guys.
Yep. Thanks, and
See ya.
we'll drag you in the other channel, and then we have two more guys to talk to. Let's bring both of them in. So both of them, Ocean Chief and Mossy Gaming, the Red Bull boys.
Old-timer multi-game.
Yeah, Chief, maybe you as the senior guy in the team, you can start off with your race. Is he here? Yes, he is.
Yeah.
He just woke up.
Yeah, that was a nightmare I just had one.
P10, come on,
Yeah,
it's not a nightmare.
Yeah. Well, it made the race not pointless, but it felt pretty pointless. Whenever I hit Wimpy in that first stint, I got front wing damage. And like I was saying to
okay,
the
so
guys,
we didn't see that on camera, so.
Yeah, I
that's
don't know
what
what happened. Like, I mean, I'll have to watch it back, but it was sector 1, and I was just carrying a bit of speed into a corner, and it seemed like Wimpy was going a lot slower than he had done previously, but it's obviously my fault. I hit him off track, and I got front wing damage, and then I was just praying for a safety car, and then a safety car came out, and I was like, happy days, and Mossy was boxing ahead of me, so I was held up massively in the pits, and yeah, just from that point, I just tried to find the pace that I've had in previous practice sessions and stuff, but I just couldn't get used to it. It was weird. I think maybe just lack of warm up practice for this one. I don't know. It's one of those ones I just want to forget, to be honest with you.
Well, let's recap the whole race for you then. No, joking. Maybe because it was a little bit more cloudy and humidity played maybe a role. That you weren't really in the zone somehow.
Yeah, I thought that, because we had a wet race earlier in the week, and I thought maybe, hey, this might work out, because like everybody was like, oh no, rain, and I was like, I've done this before in even worse conditions.
Mm-hmm.
So I was hopeful at the start, but I don't know. I was hanging on to Wimpy, and everything was okay, and then I got that front wing damage, and it was just basically downhill. Was hoping for a safety car. It came out, and I thought that will be, I'll get my front wing change, I'll get up to pace, but I don't know what it was. I just couldn't get into the rhythm. And then there was a second safety car, and I was like, no. It didn't really help anybody, that second safety car.
No.
I think.
Yeah.
Also, the commentators, it didn't really help.
No.
Yeah, it sucked because I was just about getting up to pace at that point, and then safety cars out, and I'm like, oh, come on.
Yeah. That's why I hate the safety car so much. And a lot of drivers are already complaining about changing weather conditions every race.
It's Britain, though. It's Britain. We have 4 seasons in one day.
Well, all right. But if it's Hungary next week, I don't expect any rain in any session, Ocean Chief. It's Hungary. It's always sunny there.
Well, it better be. I'll hold you to that.
Yeah, I hold you to that. You say this is Britain, so I expect next race to be dry. But yeah, all joking aside, yeah, I guess for you it just was one of those races. I think we all have experienced those that you practiced good for them, but yeah, one incident happens and it snowballs into the wrong direction, and yeah, you are basically happy that it's over now.
Well, the funny thing is, I'm not so annoyed about the incident itself with
Mhm.
Wimpy.
Yeah,
I'm more annoyed by the years of abuse that I'm gonna get whenever he brings it up every single race.
yeah.
But yeah, if Wimpy's listening, sorry.
Yeah, well, if you need mental help somewhere,
I definitely need mental help.
you can always talk to me. Rating is 40 euros an hour.
Okay.
Okay,
get
so we're
back in.
selling counseling sessions here on stream here now. So okay.
Yeah. I mean, SLR has everything to offer: mental support, driving coaching. It really is the best league in the world. So, if people are watching and are not driving here, you should join. But yeah, thank you for the interview. Before I
Yeah,
take over completely.
let's give Mossy Gaming also a little bit of a word here. He's been patiently waiting to say something, I think. So yeah. Tricky race for you, Mossy, today?
Yeah, kind of course. I had technical issues in the last week, so I have to
Okay.
I had to train, get it back on pace, and then yeah, consistent. And yeah, I try my best to bring back my old performance to Hungary and give it some points next week.
All right. So that's from the Red Bull boys. Maybe just one last word from Chief. How do you feel about Hungary as a track? Is it one
Yeah,
of
I don't
your
mind.
stronger
I
tracks?
like it. It's quite a technical track, but I think it's is it what number is that corner? The nightmare corner?
4, I think.
Yeah, for the
Or 5,
one on
whatever
the
it is.
crest left on there.
Oh, with the blind apex.
Yeah, I mean that's it. If I can kind of figure that corner out, I think I'm all right for that track.
There's a black box on the right above the track.
Yeah, that's
Is
the
there?
that's free
Yeah.
tips from Pro Driver there once again. You should charge for these, Jensen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I should, but it's the big boss. Otherwise, I might lose my admin role. So better give it to him now. So
There better be a black box there, or else.
now I have to start up the game and check before you do. No, it should be there, and that is basically your shifting down 2 gears and turning in point. But you will figure it out easily enough. It isn't that hard of a corner anymore on this game because you have a bit more front end grip.
Yeah, and that's
should
definitely
be
in the higher speed corners. You have so much more downforce this year. So yeah. By the way, Chief, just as I mentioned, you probably want to fix the stream title because there was a bit of a technical hiccup there in the middle of the stream.
I
So
can
yeah,
do this.
we'll have to fix that later. But yeah, thanks guys for the interview, and we'll see you in a week, I guess.
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks guys. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thank you. See you guys.
Bye bye.
All right, so there we have it for today. Any final thoughts from you, Jensen, for this race?
Well, I certainly enjoyed the race. The only downside was the last safety car, which took unnecessary time. But yeah, we saw some good actions, some good strategies, and yeah, some guys that really gained a lot of position. So I had fun watching this and commentating with you. I think we did a really good job, and I think
and
we
it
have
was fun again.
tomorrow.
When was the last time we were together? Like, was it that AC race? Really, so long ago.
The AC race, or was it?
Maybe we've done something after that as well.
I don't know, but there was less Yeetis this time than all the previous ones we did together. So,
yeah, that's true actually.
we are making progress together, so that was good. It was a real pleasure to commentate with you again, and
likewise.
I think tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday are the next streams, right? Maybe we can close with that.
Yeah, so we still have plenty of racing to go here on EGL this weekend. We have Tier 2, SLR Tier 2 tomorrow at the same time as Tier 3 race today, so 7 CEST. And then on Saturday we have Tier 1 the big one. Where are you racing this week, or are you?
Yeah, I should be
okay.
racing Saturday. If I'm back on time from football, I'm back again. Took a very short break to get refreshed again. So, but Silverstone is one of my favorite tracks. I wouldn't want to miss it if I can race it. So yeah.
Yeah, so we'll meet on track maybe on Saturday. Then I'll also be racing.
For sure.
And
Nice.
then on Sunday we still have 2 more races to go. 2 SLR Tier 2 and Tier 1. At is it what is it 6 and 8 I think. 6 and 8 o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah, 6 and 8 I think.
Yeah. So plenty of racing to come, and yeah, I suppose that's about it. So yeah, thanks for all the viewers. Thank you, Jensen, for commentating with me today, and yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome. And goodbye, everybody.
Yes, goodbye and good night.